There's just so many flexes these days. You can't keep them all in your head at the same time.
Exactly, but the Rise will be picked up, a very popular one, the Nico for LGD. Pretty happy with that one from last game. I think Lies had a beautiful performance on it, so happy to see that one again, but I want to see what they round out this one with, and it looks like they want to be going for the Olaf jungle here.
Top priority jungle in this pass for sure. I think Benford did a good job on it in the previous game, game 1. Now LGD looking at like they're going to go with something very similar. The cannonball is in place. The big AoE is in place. But this time around, V5, their champions are quite hard to take down. You're not going to kill an Olaf and a Rise the same way you would do with someone like a Jason or a Lee. So I'm not sure the cannonball is actually that effective. They actually shy away from it, but they do lock in the Lucian first. So they're giving themselves some more options between the Galio and the Braum.
The Lucian pick is interesting to me, though, because I still don't feel like it's a characteristic pick for Kramer. And
no.
I mean, he has... The Kai'Sa's still up, right? So you're giving it away to Victory 5. So unless you have a strategy in place to not only take down the Kai'Sa, but have more impact with the Lucian than the Kai'Sa.
Be honest, I feel like the Lucian pick is actually because of how the matchup has been shaping up. Yuki hasn't really been able to find his way in the mid lane. Lies has actually been consistently behind in lane against Alays. So, you know what? Bot lane has to be the point where you make a stand. And I think that's why they go for Lucian. A lot of times the ban picks is more about it's more about how you match up against the enemy team. Now, we're seeing Lux being banned away. I want to say, I feel like support Lux is probably the most toxic, broken champion so far in Korean Challenger. Let me say what the build is.
Yikes.
The build is actually Aftershock.
I've seen it. I've run into it in solo queue, but like, I never thought, Clement, I've been playing since season 2.
Shield Bash, and Cheap Shot.
I never thought I'd hear the words, Lux support is actually broken in high Korean Challenger. My brain is breaking right now.
It really is, and I like this takeaway because if you look at Lucian and Nico, they're both quite short-range AD carries. And there we have the Yuumi. Nice. I'm actually a little bit curious why the Yuumi here is. I think they're guessing that LGD is going to go for a Braum, but if LGD pick an Alistar here, that bot lane's dead.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier as well. I mean, Yuumi, she's been very successful in Pro League so far. But,
okay.
That's an interesting answer, Clement.
Yeah, very different approach right here. So the difference here is that the poke potential, you can actually equalize that. And a lot of times Yumi's not going to be able to defend against the damage coming out from Sona. Sona, you do get the outrange against Yuumi. And Yuumi for her bop and bop, pop, bop and pop, pop and bop, pop and bop, to actually take effect, she will need to use that auto attack onto champions. So you can outrange her and just poke the AD carry down with the Sona. Well, I've been checking the win rates against against Yuumi. A lot of times, Sona does have quite a good laning phase against the Yuumi. I thought they were going to be going for something a little bit more on the kill side, but poking down is fine as well. And then we see the Renekton, which should be going in towards the top side. Don't really want the Renekton against the Nico. Bad matchup there.
Yeah, I don't think Mole's quite ready to take away the throne from Doinb for Renekton mid. I don't think anyone really wants to contest that one. But this bottom lane is where I want to put a lot of my focus in the game because we usually, I mean, the most recently we've seen Sona, of course, has been in the Sona Taric bot lane. So it's interesting to finally see it in that actual support position. And I'm happy to see his RD bringing it out because he is one of our players who are known for those weird pickups like the Veigar.
This is going to be a painful lane early on for V5. What they're really looking for is Olaf plus Yuumi. Imagine Sona and you have an Olaf plus Yuumi heading towards your way. You actually cannot do anything against it. You're just dead. So I think LGD need to get a lot out of this Sona pick before that Yuumi-Olaf combo comes online. This is the combo that FPX themselves ran as well. So that's going to be for the bot lane, but for the rest of the map, I actually really like what V5 have drafted themselves here. It's a very strong 1-3-1 composition. I'm not sure how the top lane matchup goes. It used to be that Hecarim with the Warpath, with the Rampage bonus damage, actually was able to win out against the Renekton a lot of the times. But now Renekton has been buffed. The Rampage has been taken down by 50%. The bonus damage took a hard nerf. I'm not actually sure how that matchup goes. That's a very stats-based matchup in my view. But V5, they're setting up for the 1-3-1 composition, while LGD still have that AoE wombo combo flavor to themselves. I think V5 actually come out ahead here. I think V5, if they can remain split, if they can consistently just pick on the Sona with Yuumi and Olaf, they should have a better path to victory.
Let's see if they can pull it through, because last game they had trouble with the execution. This time, let's see if they can pull it out in the end. Game number 3, LGD versus V5. This is match point. Let's see who pulls it out.
Ooh, very curious level 1.
Okay.
Trying to make use of that Yuumi slow.
Victory 5 going really aggressive here to the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, I like how LGD has actually counteract that, and they didn't put anyone in their inner tri-brush. Instead, just putting a ward behind their red. So this is a strategy that I'm guessing a lot of teams have seen before. You think about the undertow plus the prowling projectile, that's a 40% slow.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. Why 4? That was oh, my
unlucky.
God.
Oh, I don't think LGD can chase. 4-man undertow.
Beautiful undertow there from Ben 4. They're still going for it, but a good Rune Prism onto Kandi as well. This will slow down his jungle clear a little bit, but I guess it doesn't really matter if your entire team is here to leash. It's going to be the smite battle. Who's going to win it out in the end? It looks like Ben 4 is going to be chased off, so finally will be Kandi taking that away, but this was a very interesting level 1 here.
You have to commend Lies right there. He's sacrificing so much just to get this done for his jungle.
Sacrificing even more as his back is stopped as well. And now Kandi going on the aggressive, knowing that he doesn't have an enemy jungler to contend with just yet. Ben 4, of course, still level 1. Max was going to help leash for the blue buff, but it looks like instead, Ben 4 opting for the safer choice, going for the wolves.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting start from Olaf right here. He's going to do a delayed blue buff. Let's see if Mole is able to walk out of this.
Okay. He's able to walk out of it with the help of Flash. So he'll be able to stay safe there. But this is... Clement, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure how to read this level 1, because that was a lot of things that we honestly just haven't seen. I know we've had a lot of crazy level 1s in the LPL last split. I think this takes the cake almost.
I think you're going to see a lot more of that. Yuumi plus Olaf is one of those combinations that looks like it's going to be here to stay in the LPL. And it's a very strong level 1 if you think about it. It's pretty much a point-and-click slow that you have on Yuumi once you have an anchor, and then Undertow just follows up with that. So we'll be seeing a lot more of that. What I really do commend is LGD's reaction to it was actually quite good, outside of the fact that Lies did have to sacrifice a lot, and he did get his back stopped, which hurts so much. You can see he's already down 1 wave.
It was just so painful to watch. I feel for Lies in this one. But he's going to be doing pretty all right. He's only down 6 CS, all things considered, and I think that's actually not too bad.
Just looking at the matchup right here, as I expected, it's quite painful for Y4. Nothing much he can do with the power chords coming in from Artie and doing all of that harass. The only shield that Yuumi can provide you is on a very long cooldown earlier on, and it does require you to auto-attack to have that in. So I do expect LGD's bot lane to still be quite favorable, and it's going to be for V5 to find other avenues for success for the early game to hold up.
Definitely an interesting answer here to the Yuumi, and so far pretty successful, but Lies not going to be having a whole lot of that success himself. Ben 4 even flashing in to follow the undertow. This should be first blood, but the healing from Lies is ridiculous, thanks to the Conqueror, the Biscuits, the Spirit of Dread, and he'll make it out alive.
Whew, that was so close. I didn't imagine that he would be able to get away from that. And a lot of times you actually see the Ignite being used as well, just to get extra healing down from the Conquerors. Not going to happen this time.
Now, Alez is going to continue to expand that CS lead with Renekton's incredibly strong early game. This does start spelling a little bit of worries here for Lies, but so far it has not yet been a problem. But that doesn't mean it's an indicator of things to come. Now, looking at the jungle again, Kandi has been having a much better time of it than Ben 4 after the level 1 debacle. He, of course, started with a better camp. He's now got his full buff. He's up in CS. Now he's finally coming back on the map. He doesn't have boots just yet, but he does have the potential for a gank.
I really want to track this jungle's clear from Ben 4. So he skipped his blue and then came back once he had the stalking smite here. So it's going to give him a lot more potential in ganks. He's never going to be here. Very interesting way to play this.
Oh, that is a big gank there from Condi, and that should be Mole dying, but that's the teleport coming in, and it's going to be answered by both teams. Victory 5, Ale is going to be safe from that one, and RD will walk away as well.
The entire team coming here, and this is just what priority in the bot lane does for you. That's Sona and Lucia in lane being able to help out the mid after they finish the clear themselves, and also giving Lies a ton of breathing room. Almost clears out the majority of the CS right here. He started off in quite a painful position, but now he's came all the way back.
One of the things we didn't talk about as well that I like about this composition is you have the synergy between the Hecarim and the Sona as well, because you can give him that speed buff, get him into the engage, get him in with the ultimate as well, because we see this a lot with the Sona Taric compositions. Quite often we'll see it coupled with the Hecarim. Sure, you don't have the Taric anymore, but you still have that speed buff, you still have those heals, that massive stun potential, and these are scary team fights that can come out from LGD as a result.
Definitely is the case. V5 still holding on quite safe to all of their laning assignments at this point. I want to see, you know, we talked about this, that Yuumi plus Olaf. We're already at level 5 right now for the Olaf. Ragnarok is coming up, and I really want to see how LGD's bot lane can handle it. They have the heal already. I think that's a great idea. The exhaust is not going to help you that much because Ragnarok, you can't even slow him.
That said, though, if this Ocean Drake goes over to Victory 5, it will be a pretty big loss here for LGD because their lane depends on being able to poke down Victory 5 in the bottom side of the map. This is going to be a 3 versus 2. It doesn't look like Victory 5 is aware. Yuki's still alive. RD's coming in. The Pop Blossom with the flash. Where's the dragon going to go? It resets. Ben 4 gets taken down. Now this is LGD's dragon if they still want to contest for it. But it looks like instead they're focusing on the fight. RD has the move speed. He has the heals. Dragon down to half. Condi able to secure it with the smite. Ocean Drake goes over to LGD. This spells great things for both the top and bottom lanes.
And you have to love that combination from Yuki. No hesitation right there. Sees the Cataclysm. Willing to use his flash to go into that and just secure the kill. Plus the buff on that one.
Yuki taking a little bit of damage here against Mold. He might be able to find the kill. Just needs one more Q. There it is.
Oh, but Mold pays him back on that. Doesn't even need to expend the flash on that one. Just a straight chase down.
Let's take a look at that dragon fight one more time.
Now, tough situation for both teams right here. You can see the HP bar is already blinking quite low on Ben. Yuki, great flash. Knows he needs to get into that Cataclysm just to finish off his targets, and not much V5 could do afterwards. But Mold does bring them back.
Looks like Kramer and RD about to go pretty aggressive. There's the culling coming out. Not quite going to be able to kill Max, but it will take him down incredibly low on health. And Condi looking for an invade potentially. He will not spot out that ward with the scanner, but of course, in turn, ward will not spot him out. Okay, now it will.
And yeah, you can see right now, V5 understand that you can't play Yuumi on the weak side. She's not going to do anything for you.
They're feeling the pain now.
Especially level 4, she still has no hard crowd control, so she's probably the easiest champion to dive underneath tower.
Now Ben 4 coming in to respond to this pressure in the bottom lane. One turret plating already taken here by LGD.
Yuki also does have the ultimate as well. They cannot let LGD walk underneath this tower.
Looking for more turret platings. They're going to get a whole lot of damage down onto this tower. And this early game, finally, I'm happy with the Lucian. I feel like this Lucian's doing a lot better. 10 CS up. He's got the assist. Oh, Condi coming in. Forces out the Realm Warp. Doesn't still have the flag and drag. So Mole's going to make it out fine.
That was so calm and collected from Mole. He must have known that the Tangle Barbs was already used because he was very willing to stay there and not flash.
I felt how chill Mole was about that. I was like, yes.
That was surprisingly
Everything
chill.
in life is okay. Mole's going to make it out of this. He's going for the double Sapphire, though. I suspect one is tier, one is Lost Chapter, and Lies still taking a ton of damage in this top lane. It is not going well for him. Down 17 CS at this point, not able to take trades. So if Victory 5 want to capitalize on a lane, seems like that would be the one they should choose.
Yeah, and a lot of this does come out from that disastrous level 1 from Lies, actually getting pulled down, and also his backstop once more. I think that Hecarim is one of those champions. If the enemy has a 1-3-1 on you and is split pushing down your lane, it's actually not that bad because you can quickly find and engage on the rest of the map. And you're going to have a numbers advantage if you do so. So maybe this is a calculated risk. They're saying, you know what, Lies, even if you lose your lane, you're still going to be very useful in the other side lanes. We can take this, but we can't take Condi going down.
Right. I mean, hell, even in the team fights, because you have Onslaught of Shadows plus Cataclysm plus Pop Blossom plus Crescendo. You have so many AoE CC abilities on this team for LGD. Oh no, Kramer, come on, man. He still has Flash. Undertow not going to land, so no CC going to follow it up. Culling coming out, trying to chunk down the members of Victory 5 as the Rift Hill gets taken by LGD.
Gotta love that play from Kramer. So calm. Actually walks forward to dodge on the Undertow and brings it all back.
Now LGD have rotated the bot lane up, and this time, Clement, this time it was successful. Victory 5 aren't going to be the first ones to capitalize. They pick up the Rift Herald for themselves, and now LGD's bot lane just going to calmly farm it out in the top side of the map. Outer towers still remaining for all teams in all the lanes.
This is a smart move from LGD as well. They know that Olaf is still around the area, and they're not going to give that Olaf Unimi combo any chance. I want to see the Berserker do some work.
I mean, it's smart from LGD that
It
they're
is
playing
very
so
smart.
carefully around it. Come on, RD, give him the speed boost, man. This is rude Sona play. You always walk back, give your AD carry the speed boost.
I'm not even sure he has his speed boost leveled. It's very possible he's kept on to it.
It's level 1 maybe, but like, come on. It's still worth using. But Condi going to be able to pick up the Rift Herald there, get himself a little bit more vision. Ben 4, potentially looking for a dive up here in the top lane. The Yuumi Olaf, we could see it here. Lies is the perfect person to use it on because he is down so much CS.
Smart move by Lies. He pops his W and gets as much wave clear as he possibly can. He actually buys the team a lot of tempo.
Abandons the tower. Going to see who's going to be able to get it first. It should be LGD picking this one up with the help of the Rift Herald. It is first tower going to go down to them. And the second dragon of the game as well. Condi going to be picking it up. LGD, once again, this is reminiscent of game number 1 where their early game macro was so clean, but it has stayed clean for so much.
Yeah, and just look how much LGD's macro is getting them right now. They have to force someone else to defend the bot lane tower because there was a 3-man stack going over towards the bot lane. But instead, Condi fakes them out and goes for the Drake instead. So they're forcing V5 to defend basically 2 objectives, and LGD get to choose how they allocate their resources. Very smart macro play right here, just making the maximum use out of everything. And I also like the awareness from Lies. Lies knew that they were going to do the bot lane trade, so he risked it and cleared out the wave before V5 could really get the tower dive.
Now in the result, LGD up almost 3K gold, 2 dragons, 1 tower. Lots of numbers going in their favor, Clement.
It was 2 objectives for none, and look at how much V5 are walking across the map. I was really clever on LGD's side. Like, a lot of small things, a lot of details there, but also just shows you Condi, I think, has been out-jungling Ben 4 so far in this series. This is what we want to see out of Condi. He had a, on WE, we thought that coming out as a semifinalist, as a final MVP in Spring Split, that he would continue that dominance in 2018. Unfortunately, he was missing in action for quite a while, finally finding a new home onto LGD and showing up with Synergy in 2019. It's been a long comeback story, but he's finally here.
Yep, 1-0-1 now on that Jarvan. Showing a little bit different skills this time around, more around the objectives. Game 1 was all about the pathing, but now Kramer potentially getting engaged on here, but RD, so much damage. There's the Crescendo, forces away the Flash and the Ragnarok there from Ben 4. Realm Warp away as well. So much forced out by the bottom lane of LGD.
How does Kramer keep on getting away with it? He was so calm and collected right there. Instantly pops the blade of the Ruined King, and Ben 4 was thinking about holding on to the Ragnarok, and maybe just not, can't do it.
Oh, final chapter coming out. Yuki gets stunned up. He's got the Pop Blossom for the shield, but will it be enough? He has to flash away. Y4 follows up with the Killer Instinct, and killer it is. Y4 picks up his first kill of the game.
That's just so much range on Yuumi. I think people underestimate that ability quite often. They think that they can get away even with the flash right there. But Yuumi, you can just put an exhaust on you, slows you down, Starting with the Prowling projectile as well, it's so difficult to get away from her.
I don't underestimate it, Clement. I've played against it too much in solo queue, and it looks like Lies finally will pick up the kill on the back of that one. What a great turn. He had the stacks. Oh, no, Y4. He's challenging for these kills, man. He has been hunting down members of LGD, now 2-0-0 off those kills in the mid lane and now the bottom lane. Lies, I was so happy for him, man, but then he just goes and dies like that.
That was still pretty good on his part, but I don't think he's at the point where he's actually reversed the matchup. I think that was just Ale's playing too carelessly. He didn't have the dominance, stayed there anyway. And Hecarim with the sustained damage is still able to take him down.
Sustained damage plus the Conqueror. It is just such a strong combo that Ale's just didn't respect. But now, LGD going to be able to take down the mid lane tower as well. They've cleared out all of the outer towers. They have the only towers. Let's take a look again at this 1v1 in the bottom lane.
Yep, so Ale's actually comes in, realizes that he's in big trouble, doesn't have any ultimates right here, and just gets caught unawares by Lies. Now, Y4 was going super hard for this kill. He didn't even wait for the slow. Instant flash secure.
Sure. I mean, go for it. If you're able to get that, because now you have extra 600 gold in your pocket as compared to before. You should have your Q evolve ready with the pickaxe, Storm Razor, and the Doran's Blade. So now you have even more chances to make picks like that, get kills for your team, and bring them back into this game, which is desperately needed at this point.
Key thing to watch out here is if V5 can actually start into the 1-3-1 composition. We actually haven't seen Mole into the Silence much at all, and instead of that top lane brush camp that didn't work out. Renekton should still have an easy time against Hecarim, despite that solo kill he just handed over. And now it's V5's turn. They didn't really do well with the siege composition. Can they now play the 1-3-1? That's a big question I have for them. And for LGD side, the way they should counteract that is just continuously try and find those picks and punish those side lanes. I think that's what Condi is setting up to do right now. Once he gets wind of where Rise is, he could throw an instant Tangle Barbs and try to finish up on the kill. But Mole's not giving him the chance.
I'm a little disappointed at this point because LGD, we still haven't seen them get to have one of those big breakout team fights. We've seen a team fight, and they did have big ultimates in it. You know, we've seen RD get the kill with the crescendo and stuff. But the moment we have a full 5-on-5, that's when LGD's composition gets to shine. They're looking for the pick on a Mole, but a lot of return damage onto Condi. He loses half his health, but it doesn't matter. They picked up the tower in the bottom lane.
This is actually quite dangerous for Yuki.
Oh, so close. If the minions hadn't been there, Y4 would have gotten another kill.
Yeah, as I was saying, that he's just walking around low health like that. Kramer, he still has the E, so should be fine. But playing against a Yuumi, you really can't look at V5's composition and think they don't have good engage. Yuumi is such an obnoxious champion in that
There's
front.
a Cataclysm followed by the Crescendo. So much damage. That's what I was talking about. Pop Blossom to follow it up. That's the 3 kills in just an instant. LGD finally get to use the team fight composition to its fullest potential.
That was such a beautiful 1-2-3 punch coming in from LGD. They layered their crowd control absolutely perfectly. Cataclysm into Crescendo, into the onslaught of Shadows. There was no overlay right there, and it instantly vaporized V5. V5 need to beware. They cannot afford to bunch up. Their team is not a 5v5 team composition. They're supposed to play the side lanes.
But now it looks like LGD pick up another dragon, 2 Ocean Drakes to the name, plus the Cloud Drake. Let's take a look at this team fight once again.
So great start by Condi in. He has the perfect timing, so it's impossible to take him down. And that's 4 AoE CCs right there. 3 members down for V5 in a blink of an eye. I'm not sure what V5 was doing. I felt like they thought to themselves that they had a strong siege in towards the mid lane, but they probably miscalculated how fast Hecarim could come back into the fight, how fast the rest of the members would be there from LGD.
So much damage, too. I think one of my favorite things about Yuumi is just how squishy she is. It's so fun to watch because she got literally 3-shot in that team fight.
She's already untargetable for 90% of the game. She's supposed to be squishy.
I mean, she should be. It's just really fun to watch health bars explode like that.
I'm actually not that sold on the idea of Yuumi being a blind pickable support. I think it's quite questionable for me. In the games we've seen, like hard engaged supports, it really depends on how good your AD carry is. I think you want to pick an AD carry that is self-sufficient. Things like Caitlyn, Sivir, things like Lucian, I think, are good picks because they have self-peel in one way or another. But with the Kaisa, just the pressure of getting tower dove is so high on these picks.
RD needs to be careful. But Mole getting engaged on the top side of the map. He's going to have to flash away. Ben 4, they now have the combo. They have the final chapter. The Ragnarok still available. But it looks like they won't find any full CC with it. RD incredibly low. The poke damage from Yuumi is absolutely ridiculous. But it doesn't matter because the zoning from Nico is there for LGD.
There's no hard crowd control coming in from V5s. And they cannot instantly lock down a target. They can do the chase down. But it's very hard for them to instantly burst. And they think better of their chances right there. I think V5 are going to be very dependent on Mole's Flash. Mole's Flash is pretty much the only thing that can buy them a guaranteed team fight at this point. He needs to be able to flash Rune Prison one of these members from LGD.
Who do you pick at this point, though? Because one of the strengths of LGD's team composition is they have the ability to turn these fights. You know, if you can kill RD, that's great. But then you're facing a Cataclysm, you're facing a Pot Blossom, you're facing the Onslaught of Shadows. They have so many team fight winning ultimates on one team.
The way I look at this is V5 should still stick to their, their 1-3-1, play the silence, never group up type of style. But after they have the lane priority, they still need to capitalize on it one way or another. And the only reasonable way I see them doing it is just flash Rune Prison.
Oh my God, that is the most aggressive culling I've seen so far today. Kramer.
I love Kramer.
Yeah, dude, Kramer's so much fun to watch. He'll just be like, yeah, I'll 1v1 you. I don't care that you're a Zoe. Come here. He's done that before. Gets the kill. That time, not as lucky, but he does look to be going for a very similar build to last game. He's going with the Blade of the Ruin King into the Essence Reaver, into what looks to be the Rapid Fire Cannon as well. So, still going to be scaling pretty well with that crit damage. Yuki. Glacial Augment is obnoxious, man.
I think they should nerf Glacial Augment. I think 5 seconds on the slow field is just a little bit too much.
It's a teens obnoxious.
Basically, if you use any of your items that gives a slow, what means is that the enemy can no longer chase after you. So you can use it offensively, but you're very safe backing out at the same time. It's a 60% slow field as well, so...
Scaling over time. All right. Now, the 1v1 for the ages, Lies versus Mole. Okay. Mole's not even going to be under threat here at this point.
Lies has built for armor resistances.
Okay, defensive realm warm out from Mole, so he got the tower, got out. He's going to be happy with that. He's just chilling. Still playing so relaxed. So calm and collected here from the mid laner of Victory 5. But I don't know if he should be, given the current state of the game. LGD are up 6k gold almost. They have 3 more dragons. They have 3 more towers. They're looking a whole lot better than Victory 5 are.
Yeah, but if V5 can keep close to their towers and just split out the map like this, it's very hard for LGD to actually find a full wipe.
Oh,
maybe not.
It was a lot of damage. Y4 down as well. There's the Cataclysm. There's the Pot Blossom. Onslaught of Shadows. I can just shout out every ultimate. They've all been used at this point, except for the Crescendo. RD saving that one for a rainy day, but he might not need it because they are raining damage down on the base of Victory 5. There's the Inhibitor. Are they going to look for the Nexus Towers here? It looks like they might.
That was insane damage coming in from Kramer, but
here comes coming in. RD missed his ultimate, but it doesn't seem to matter. They pick up the kill onto Ale's. Mole still alive. He has so much damage here, but can he utilize any of it? There's the poke coming in. He picks up RD. Now Yuki, half health, Lies as well, incredibly low, but he's going for the turn. Does he have the damage? He does. Yuki picks it up, but they force him out of the base.
Y4 from the previous fight was instantly burst down by Kramer. She still has the killer instinct available. But I think LGD needs to be a little bit careful right here. They're moving all the way towards the Ocean Drake. I want to see how this happens. A double Tangle Barb, and that's just so much damage. Insane amount of damage going on to Y4. Instantly pops the Kaisa. Wow. I didn't expect that to go so well at all. LGD was only up by 6,000 gold. I feel like they could have, V5 could have been able to defend that, and a very crucial play from Ale's. He takes down Kramer. There's no siege potential, and a 4v1 defend from Mole. He actually finds one more target backing up. does overstay just a little bit, walking forward, and a great Tangle Barbs coming in from Yuki to then clean up the kill.
That is one of the dangers of playing the Sona there. We talked about how Yumi is so squishy, but Sona herself has very low base HP as well. Luckily, she's working towards the Archangels, so she will get the shield eventually to sort of make up for that a little bit. But you still have to be careful against these high burst mages like Ryze. Looks like LGD might be looking for Ales there. They find the slow with the Glacial Augment. He uses the Dominus, but there's the Pop Blossom to follow. Ben 4 as well getting taken down. That is so much damage they can't answer. 2 members down for Victory 5, and nothing's traded for LGD.
Super smart play coming in from LGD. V5 overstepped just a little bit, and LGD should be able to take this. They have the option to go back to Baron if they so choose to, but I think it's going to be another inhibitor on the menu.
Looking for the inhibitor tower first, but Victory 5 are here to stop it. 20 seconds remain until Ales. Ben 4 will be up soon too. Y4, if they can get the kill onto him, they might be able to end the game. And Kramer does it. There's the kill. They finally find it. Teleport coming in from Lies as well. This could just be the game at this point.
I think it is.
Inhibitors pouring in from both the top and mid lanes. They need to get the kill onto Mole. He's doing his best to burst them out. Ben 4 trying to zone them off with the undertows. And Yumi as well. But they're going in. Flag and drag with the flash does not land. Conqueror's popped at this point. They take out one Nexus tower. There's the respawn from Ales. Here comes the onslaught of shadows. Pop Blossom. There it goes. Pop, pop. Max tries to do his best to stay alive, but Mole, even the fountain is not enough to save you as LGD look to clean up the team fight. The double kill for Kramer. Can he make it the triple? He does, even in the fountain. And it looks like LGD will take the first series, their first series of the split in their home arena.
The carries for LGD were so stunning. Kramer in 2 team fights back-to-back finds Y4 and essentially solos him out. Just the amount of damage control, the knowledge that he's going to be able to take down the enemy carry was spot on. It never felt like V5 actually had a chance in these team fights. They were so decisively won by LGD, and Yuki on the knee